they say. Some fountains don't flow with water, but with human blood. There was one such fountain. In the empire of Sultan Zarran, people whispered. At night, it began to flow on its own, whether anyone was there or not. And one night, it flowed with the Sultan's own blood. This is the story of the Blood Fountain. Sultan Zarran was a brave yet ruthless ruler who ruled through fear instead of mercy. Haunted by his father's murder, he grew obsessed with power and vengeance, vowing to become justice itself, a justice without compassion. To prove his might, he built a strange fountain in the center of his palace, claiming it would reveal truth and punish sin. He said the fountain would run red with the blood of the guilty. At first, people laughed, until one morning, it truly flowed red after a traitor's execution. From that day, the blood fountain became the Sultan's symbol of authority and terror. Each week, its water turned crimson, even when no one had been punished. Servants whispered that the fountain was alive, that it breathed, and that sometimes Sultan Zarran's reflection blinked back at them from the blood. His trusted minister, Farazuddin, grew suspicious and secretly explored the underground chambers. What he found made his blood run cold, veins of iron pipes pulsing like arteries, filled not with water, but fresh human blood. Yet no bodies were ever found, only a heartbeat echoing from beneath the earth. When Faraz confronted the Sultan, Zarran laughed. The fountain does not take lives, he said. It demands them. To expose the truth, Faraz organized a grand ceremony called the Day of Justice. That night, under a blood-red moon, the fountain began to flow on its own, thicker, darker, alive. The Sultan watched in horror as the blood reversed its course, rising toward his throne. Faraz shouted, "This fountain is filled with the blood of the innocent. Now, let it judge its true master." The ground shook, the fountain roared, and the palace drowned in red mist. When the silence returned, the throne was empty. And where the Sultan once stood, there was a statue of stone, his eyes open, his lips twisted into a cold smile. Then, from deep below, a whisper echoed, "I am still delivering justice." Since that night, the palace vanished, but the fountain remained. Some say on moonless nights, it still flows, black as ink. And if you listen closely, you can hear Sultan Zarran's laughter echoing from the depths below. As the palace trembled and the red mist thickened, Sultan Zarran tried to run, but the floor beneath him pulsed like living flesh. The blood from the fountain rose higher, swallowing his throne, his crown, his very voice. His screams echoed through the halls as the fountain's roar grew louder than thunder. Then, in a flash of blinding crimson light, silence. When the mist cleared, the throne stood empty. Where Zarran had been, a stone statue remained, eyes wide open, lips frozen in a cruel smile. The fountain still flowed, but no longer with blood. Instead, black smoke poured from its depths, spreading across the palace until everything vanished into darkness. And from that darkness, a whisper. Justice never dies. If you think this is just a legend, think again. Every empire hides its own fountain of blood. It just wears a different name. And some historians say, the ruins of Sultan Zarran's palace still exist, hidden deep within the desert, where no one dares to go after nightfall. Would you dare to see it? If you want me to uncover the real location of the blood fountain, like this video. Subscribe and comment below. Justice never dies, because the next story might be about your city.